religions tend to think, you know, I am seeing the yellow rose, and therefore that's reality. Next person say, I'm seeing the red rose, that's reality. No, I'm seeing the pink rose, that's the way it is. Yeah. And we argue black and blue, you know. Okay. But actually what we are meant to say is, I see the yellow, what do you see? I see the red. Interesting. I wonder how that, you know, works together. I see the pink. Fascinating. All right, now let's work to the principle that all those perspectives are valid because they are realizations. You know, there's truths involved in each of them. And the ultimate picture will bring all those things together in a way that we may not be able to see because we're so wrapped up in just the one little thing I can't see. So, but I can't say, well, I see yellow, you cannot be seeing red because I'm seeing yellow. We can't say that. All I can say is, I see this, I can't comment on your perspective because I am actually viewing it like this. But I know that somehow or other the picture will bring it all together.
You see what I'm trying to... Okay. But you've given me a context, right, which are the flowers, and you've just explained in very detailed terms the differences, right, based on those flowers. The reason I'm giving you my higher perspective is because at the moment I'm not understanding the perspective that you just painted regarding personality.
I absolutely take that. But I'd like to hear your model.
I'll give it to you now.
Just because your model doesn't seem to fit mine, don't worry about that for now.
I'm not worrying about it.
Yeah,
so you're worrying about it.
No, I'm saying don't bother commenting on it because that's irrelevant.
All right, I won't comment on it.
You know,
but at some
give us your model.
Okay, all right, I'll give you my model, and I'll try not to use the word personality because clearly
No, you're welcome to use it, but we may...
There's an element of, I don't know, something here going on. Anyway, let me give you my model. My model is consciousness at the highest level, okay? Highest level, consciousness, right? And in the context of a soul consciousness, right? A soul, unlimited, universal. I mean, these are not words. Words cannot explain what I'm trying to say, but it's a soul consciousness, right?
That's true.
Now, we as individual human beings, again, the words don't really work, right? But we as our conception as human beings come in to this life, to this human life, with what I believe is a part of that soul, right? But it's the whole soul, but the part is effectively what we bring in as our imprinted energy for the purposes of this life, okay? So it's consciousness, and all that consciousness, I have the consciousness of the whole history of the universe and everything. Everything I know within me, right, within my soul, because I have access to that total picture. The biggest picture you can ever think of, right, whatever that might be, at the soul level. When I come in as an individual, right, what is often referred to as my soul, in other words, the individual soul, I believe it's a bastardization in a sense, because it's not true, because I have the whole soul, but for the purposes of this lifetime, I bring in, if you like, an imprint of, if you like, a part of that soul. Again, words don't explain it, right? That I then bring into the world, right? Now, when I come into the world, I come in with a clean sheet, a complete clean sheet, which is consciousness, right? And this is where I'm coming to your point, and it's not to denigrate it or to criticize it, but where I'm trying to link in with, I think, what you're saying, and maybe I'm not understanding it, right? Because I come into this world, I come into a limited world. I'm actually coming originally from a totally unlimited place. Totally unlimited, right? No limits. But I'm coming into a limited world, right? Through the physical body that I'm about to take on, you know, with the soul, and all the rest of it, through having a body, through having a brain, have a mind. All these things are limits on my ability or my, you know, my power in a sense. They all bring, it's like coming into a cage, coming into a box. Okay. Now, for me to survive, for me to, if you like, to live in this world, this human world, I need to adapt, right? Because I've come in as this unlimited soul, but actually an unlimited soul ain't going to adapt to this life, this human life, you know, that we are living on a day-to-day basis. Again, words are not whatever. So, to adapt to this world and to, you know, in particular, to try to, if you like, well, the adaptation, I think, is very difficult to begin with because we come in as unconditional love, and what we don't get is unconditional love when we come into the world. In fact, we get something far less. And that is, again, part of the limitation, right? Because we don't get unconditional love, which we're expecting because we've come from a place of unconditional love, right? We adapt to what we can get, right? That in itself creates, forgive me for saying it, a personality. That is the personality that then comes in, which eventually, effectively, is ego, because it's all based on what's happening in the material world. Right?
That's the material personality.
The material personality, yeah. Right? Okay.
No problem with that.
Okay, fine. So, that then goes forward, and then we have this personality. In fact, we develop different personalities to cope with different situations, you might say. You know, it's not just a fixed personality, you know, Glenn's like this, Martin's like that.
This is our multiple psychology.
It's our multiple personality. Yeah. And that's how we go through life.
Yeah.
Now, what we, of course, we forget is that we are this unlimited being, you know, with unlimited potential and all the rest of it, because, you know, when we come into the world, we're taught the opposite. You know, it's like, forget all that, you know, don't need to say it, you know, you've only got to, you know, be in the world to see it around you in terms of our five sense perception, that it's something far less. And therefore, we become, if you like, I think frustrated and all the rest of it. We get emotional problems and all the rest of it because, you know, we're actually not living our essence. We're living, basically, we're taught to live in our minds, for one thing, and that, again, is the sort of creation of the ego, reinforcement of the ego, and therefore we begin to struggle because it's not our essence, it's not our truth. It's not the true soul. You know, it is something less. You know, we compromise our soul, in a sense, to survive in the human world.